What is going on, guys? So in tonight's video I want to talk to you guys about a fragrance that came in the mail today. This fragrance is from the house of Alt Springtide by Alt Fragrance. Extrait de parfum, nothing on the back. Got a tall silver atomizer here, huge beautiful spray. One more time from back here. Got the fan blowing, so it blew all of that right in my face. I had gotten a notification about this particular fragrance, and I'm not sure if this is a new release or if it was just a scent of the week, but I wanted to check this one out. Just came in the mail this morning. Let's get into this. Now this is their variation of Springtime in the Park by Replica, and so far I'm digging this one. I like how fresh, sort of light and crisp this one is. My wife, she smelled it and she loved it as well. Let's go ahead and try this on. As I said, beautiful atomizer. Picks out a lot of juice, as always. I feel like I get a little bit of a green apple kind of a vibe from this. I feel like I get like a green apple or a pear. It's super light, it's creamy, it has some warm aspects to it, muskiness, it got this damp or mist-like quality to it, or that early morning mist or dew that is usually on the grass. It kind of gives you that vibe as well. I wrote down some descriptions. So in my notes, I actually wrote down some descriptions and things that I thought I picked up on in this particular fragrance. Like I said, I was getting something in the opening that was coming off a little fresh, a little crisp, kind of perfumey, light, sweet, but with a little bit of a tanginess. And I want to say it possibly comes off like a green apple, bergamot, and pear kind of a vibe. You're going to get like a little bit of a creaminess going on. That could be a multitude of things. It could be a jasmine present, maybe some white florals. It does have like a slightly dense but really light and just clean floral presence. The florals in this come off really authentic. In my notes at the top, I got tonka or maybe a styrax. Something comes off like slightly spiced, sweet, and kind of nutty almost. Not completely, but just has like a sort of a slight depiction of like a nuttiness. And so I thought maybe it was a tonka bean or a styrax. I know styrax can sometimes do that as well. Of course, I got the bergamot, I have white floral and jasmine, I have the green apple and possible pear, sandalwood or like a white wood, high pitched, slight resinous. I was catching like a woody vibe here. It wasn't anything that was smoky enough or dark enough to be a cedar, in my opinion. It wasn't necessarily anything like an oak. I was thinking maybe sandalwood because I was also getting some creaminess in this particular fragrance. So I went ahead and put sandalwood on there, but it could be maybe a white wood or something like that. I said it warms up a little bit, slight resonance, maybe an amber or benzoin. I think there's possibly some amber in here. It got like this slight warmness to it, which gives me that impression of something damp. So you got like this refreshing, zesty, misty kind of vibe, and then just this slight warmth comes along with it. It's gonna come off like a damp or after rain kind of a vibe, if you understand what I'm saying. And then I mentioned that there's something also kind of nutty hanging around. And like I said, that could possibly be the tonka bean. I was catching that a little later in that dry down. It's just a super, super nice fragrance. Perfect for the spring. That name for this particular fragrance, that Springtide name, that is perfect for this because it smells spot on, exactly what you would think it would smell like. It just has like this nice, fresh, refreshing, sort of zesty, sparkly pear, tangy, green apple kind of a vibe. Possibly some bergamot up top. Has a little bit of creaminess, some warmth, some musk. Then you got a really clean, perfumey, white floral vibe happening as well. And somewhat of a woody vibe happening towards the dry down, giving us a slight high-pitched resonance kind of a vibe, almost like a white wood. You get a little bit, I mean just the tiniest bit of a spice. I thought it was possibly a tonka bean or maybe a styrax, or I was also attributing that to a possible amber or a benzoin mix. Now that's the profile that I kind of pick up from this. Sweet, creamy, fresh floral, slightly spicy, but not a whole lot to classify it as a spicy floral. A little bit of woodiness, slightly aquatic. That's the profile that I get from this. Let's take a look at the actual notes and see how far off we actually got. So I went on Fragrantica and looked up Springtime in the Park, and it actually says pear, lily of the valley, and musk. That's all that's listed, and that makes sense. It makes perfect sense for what I'm smelling. I love that sort of sparkly pear. It feels like there's way more in this, and it could just be some some non-disclosed notes, but I get something that comes off a little woody. I get something that comes off like an apple that accompanies that pear. I get some white floral kind of vibe. I'm not sure if lily of the valley is considered to be like a white floral, but that's the vibe I get. I get like a jasmine, like a perfumey, pretty jasmine, creamy, soft, maybe resinous sandalwood. Those are the vibes that I get. These are the notes that are listed. So we were off so far as all the other guesses and just the number of notes that we thought were possibly present. But we weren't too far off with the likeness of what we caught on to. We caught on to some white florals, a pear, apple-like presence, and we were pretty accurate with that. And we also caught on to some musk, so we were accurate with that as well. Just a really bomb and just solidified springtime scent. This is beautiful, great presentation. I want to say this is about 40, maybe 45 bucks on their website, and I want to say this is a new release, but I could be wrong. As I said, solid presentation, no leaks or anything like that upon shipping. Great spray, and just an amazing fragrance, y'all. This honestly also reminds me of this right here. White Touch has that same kind of a vibe to it. Let's just take a moment and just appreciate this white matte bottle, that white matte finish with that gold lettering on there. Let's just take some time to appreciate that, y'all. Solid presentation. Definitely giving me like musk therapy, side effect, or either rehab. One is one of those that was like really white Anicio bottles. It's definitely giving me that vibe. Try this over here. Now with this one comes off a bit bolder in my opinion. Oh man. You're getting like some kind of melon. It's a little bit more juicier than this one. It definitely reminds me of it though. I don't know if it's apple, but I can definitely get like a pear-like presence in this one. I'd say a pear, and it's something juicy that reminds me of Herba Pura. I wonder, is that what this is? That might be a Herba Pura variation. I didn't think about that. That could be a Herba Pura variation, but these are kind of similar with that pear note and just how it kind of meshes together. This one is, the White Touch is just a bit bolder, a bit more wild. It's a bit muskier, it's a bit bolder. I feel like there may be a cedar wood present. Oh man, that is really good. But that's what this kind of had put me in the mindset of. And both of these are excellent fragrances for the springtime. I would definitely recommend getting either one of these. I'll be doing a review on just how this one actually works on my skin and how it lasts and everything like that pretty soon, because I definitely want to cover that one. This one's a bit more, leans a little bit more on that spicier side without it being too much, but it still leans on that a little bit more, while this one leans a little heavier on that musk and some of the fruits up top. Leans really heavy on that pear and what appears to be like a melon. I will drop the link in the description where you guys can check out this fragrance for yourself. Check out their website. As always, they have a decent selection of a lot of the popular niche as well as designer brands. Inspirations, not bad at all. Price point ain't too bad. You can check them out and see what suits your fancy. That is it for this video, you guys. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will catch you guys soon. Peace.